A quick instructional about how to put the boat away. We already showed how to assemble it. So, starting with your boat, first step, get any gear that you have out of the boat. Take out your, obviously flotation you probably don't take out, but take out your gear. If there's water, you can use a sponge to get it out, just to make it lighter to pull it out. It's easier to do this on land than in the water, but unclip this if you've clipped it in. Pull out the batten. Here's the other side. Flip it around. Okay. Pull out this one. Put them somewhere where you will not lose them. Look, there's not a lot of little pieces with this boat, but there's a sufficient number of small pieces that you need to keep an eye on everything. So, I'll show you how to put this away the way that you get it from us. You take your bungee. By the way, your bungee would normally be tied onto one of your, you could tie it onto here, for instance, when you're paddling, just so you don't lose it. Or you can put it inside the boat with you. Generally, if it's tied on, you're less likely to lose it, but not always, because you can unclip these and potentially lose it. It's just a regular bungee. You can get them anywhere, but the straps and so forth are sometimes a little harder to get, and these are obviously custom, although I can tell you how to replace them if they get lost. Okay, so take your two paddles, your two hand paddles. By the way, the hand paddle thing, let me just show you how these work. Not too complicated. You can put your thumb in if you feel more comfortable like that. Some people feel more comfortable paddling like that. Some people feel more comfortable with their hand all the way in. I'm actually of the hand all the way in, and my fingers wrapped around the edge. But the tape edge is supposed to protect your skin from abrasion from the edge of these little hand paddles. These are not super high-end hand paddles, obviously, but they come with the boat. If you want better hand paddles, they have them in any good rowing store. You can buy them online. So put that through like that. Okay? Then put it through the eyelet of one of the battens and the eyelet of the other batten. I would choose the eyelet rather than the little carabiners, because the eyelets are stronger. And then pull that through. So you have that tightened up, that way it won't come off. And then this gets tied into the boat. I'm going to set this aside for right now. Next step, if you have if you don't have the Expedition, don't worry about this step. So next step, unhook, simple enough. Do the same thing on this end. Unhook. Now, if you're on gravel, you probably don't want to be flipping the boat around that much because it can abrade the bottom. If you're on grass, it's no big deal. It's probably better if you're on something rough just to walk around the boat. Okay, that's clear. You pull this out. Oh, by the way, I want to show you something about this. When you put it on, this is an oar lock. So is that. These fold in. Because when you have your spray skirt, you're unlikely to be rowing. You're more likely to be paddling, like with a kayak paddle. So there's really no need for these to stick out. They just fold in. I can show you like this. If they stand upwards, then you know that they'll poke up through the spray skirt. So just fold them in like that. All right, and then take off the spray skirt. I'll show you how to fold up this little fellow. Here's how to fold the spray skirt. In my opinion, this works pretty well. Fold up one end up to the spray skirt entrance. Fold the other end up to the spray skirt entrance. Like that. Straighten it out. Fair enough. Fold it up. One. Fold it up. Two. Folded spray skirt. Good enough. Okay. Take out the floor. By the way, if you are watching this video and you get a yellow boat with an orange floor, Congratulations, your boat is famous. All right. Unclip these little fellows. And when you unclip it, pull that in all the way. That makes it a lot easier to fold up. Okay. Do the same thing with this. Unclip, pull up. Okay. If these are somewhat loose, I mean, they can be up a little bit like this, but you don't want them all the way up here because you're probably going to lose it. So tighten them up. You don't want to lose these pieces. There's a spare, but you still don't want to lose them. Okay, then on the other side, same thing. Unclip, pull like that. Over here, unclip, pull. Okay, that's good. This inner hull will now lift out of the outer hull. Okay, we'll put this aside for a moment. By the way, you can do this really fast. When you start getting used to this, I could take it apart in a minute and a half. Put it together in about 2 minutes or so. It's pretty easy. You get used to it. The spray skirt does add some time to it. Fold those up. Let me show you what this looks like. So see, I'm holding it down. Okay. Do the same thing with this. Now, unfortunately, with this, I'm not going to be able to get the best view on the camera, but let me just do my best here. Okay. I'm going to push these in, and then the side folds in like that. Okay, now you do this, push them in like that. You got to kind of hold the edge. See with your elbow? That's what I'm doing. I'm holding it down with my elbow. Push it in. Push it in this side. Fold it down. Oops, that one popped up. Okay. Hold on to both of the center oarlocks with your fingers like that. That'll keep it together. And then pick it up. Push it in from the bottom. Okay, and then it will fold out. See? It will fold out like that. Does that make sense? Okay. Now push these together, and you'll see as soon as you pull them together that it has a predisposition to start folding up. In this case, see, it wants to fold up like this. So I'm just going to turn it. So put it on its side like that. Okay. And fold it like that. Okay, and now at this point, if you want to use the rope, or if you want to use this little lariat we have here to make it easier to fold up, you don't have to, but we like using it. It just keeps the whole thing a little easier to deal with. In the beginning, when you get good at this, you really don't need it. If you lose it, an extra pair of hands will do the job. Not an extra pair of hands, excuse me. Just a little more knowledge and experience with this. You'll be fine. It's no big deal. We never used to use these ropes. We used to do the whole thing by hand. Okay, but I'm doing it this way for now. Hold it up. Okay, so now you have a closed up center or closed up inner hull. You take the outer hull like this. Okay, so set it up. Okay, that's good. Take your... Actually, we're not going to do that yet. If this is the regular non-expedition, take your carry strap, which is the one with that on it, versus your closure strap. This is your closure strap. It's the one with the snappy on it. Okay, that's closure. That unsnaps. And this is carry. So if this is a regular backpack barge and not the expedition, just slip it around your outer hull like this. Okay. And then that away from you, like that. Okay. You put your center hull on, get a good view of that, like that. Push it down and fold it up. Okay, just fold it up. Okay, that's easy enough. It's got some dirt on here from our construction table. Let me show you how to get rid of that. Magic sponge is the trick. See, we have some dirt here, so magic sponge is how we get rid of dirt from our production table, because it happens. Okay? Use a magic sponge, get it nice and clean. It'll take off just about anything. Now, these can handle a lot of abrasion, a surprising amount of abrasion, because most of the abrasion that happens to this boat is happening to the outer hull, where water tightness is not important, because there is no water tightness on the outer hull. The whole purpose of the outer hull is to give rigidity to the inner hull. So the inner hull, the more complicated one, that's the one you probably don't want to abrade. But the outer hull takes most of it. Now you see there's wear points here. It's built to see some damage. Okay, now for the expedition, we're not going to put the carry strap on like that, because the carry strap is going to go around the floor. All right, so let's pick up the floor here. We're not doing the floor yet. So we have that. Okay, I lay the inner hull on top of the outer hull like that, and then roll. There we go. Now take this. You can put a temporary closure on it if you like. I'll just do that just to show you how it's done. Just something to keep it temporarily closed while you get the floor, so it doesn't pop open and make you angry. So lay the floor down like that. I'm going to use this sponge to clean up a little bit of the debris from our production table. There's one of you nice backpack barge backers. This is your boat, and I'm deeply thankful for letting me demonstrate on a live boat. Maybe I'll put a little something extra in your package with this one, since you let me use it as a demo. Okay. Lay it on. Now you'll see the floor. Sometimes see that one is a little flatter and one's a little more curved. The curved one should go away, because that should go, on the bottom. So put it like that. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to take off this closure strap because I don't need it on there right now. Let's make sure it's nice and tight. Okay. Roll up boat, and before you close it, let's make sure I can see this. Take your closure strap, take your carry strap, and put it through here, because that's what you use to carry it. Let's make sure you got that on. See that? Okay, I'm not done yet, but I'm almost done. Fold this up. Actually, let me do it the other way. It seems to have already been folded that way. Look, see, the whole thing comes apart. No big deal, though. Start again. Put it down. Fold. Fold. Set it on top of the floor. Hold. I already have my carry strap in here. Like that. Hold. I really like to see these go out pristine and clean, but the reality of manufacturing is there's often dirt in the process, and there's just no way to really dirt. It's paint from the table and stuff. It's really difficult to get rid of all that. Okay. Fold. Keep it nice and tight. Okay. There we go. We have that. Take your closure strap. Open it up. Try to keep it straight. When you put it through, you have to put it through. You have to negotiate it around the carry strap. Okay, this is not as complicated as it's making it seem. It's just that this is the, if it's the first time you do it, it'll seem complicated. After the first time, it'll be a breeze. You can loosen it to snap it on. So there we go. That's snapped, like that. Maneuver it to the middle. Get it nice and tight by pulling down on this. Just cinching up the straps like you would any other piece of outdoor equipment. And we have a completed piece. Now, this is important. You can put the spray skirt in there if you want. Make sure it doesn't fall out, or you can fold it and put it in your pack. But these are reasonably important. You can see there's, on the front, you can see one of the oar locks sticking out here. That's what we use to tie it up. So just put your spars or your battens into there. You can slide your hand paddles in there, and then to keep them from falling out while you're going through your mountain winter wonderland, just give it a little tie like that. Okay, and that'll keep it from falling out. It's pretty stable. And there you go. You can slide more of your gear, like the spray skirt, whatever you need in there. Okay, I believe that's it. Thank you for watching.